Welcome back, it's OG, and when we left off with the last episode, we were about to enter the Constellation Lodge. So, spoiler alert, I'm about to enter the Constellation Lodge. This is where we find out what happens next on our main mission.
Everyone will be in the library, just inside.
Everyone will be in the library, so obviously they want me to go in there, and obviously I'm not going to. I'm going to go and check out these other doors, but they're locked. They don't want me to go anywhere else. So I was locked in a fairly small room. Okay, I could go into the library, but I thought I'd just hop around the furniture first and see what I can take, as is usual. After I'd taken everything there was, and there wasn't much, I went to the library. Now I knew that if I stepped over a certain threshold, a little action in the game would trigger, and they'd say hello to me and I'd be caught up in the storyline, and I didn't want that. So I tried to sneak in just a little bit, see if I could... No.
Welcome to Constellation.
They got me.
We have a lot to talk about.
Why, hi there.
Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend?
Not really.
Why you're here and he isn't?
It doesn't matter, I have your artifact.
Excuse me?
It doesn't matter, I have your artifact.
Confused with some cutthroat bounty hunters guild.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols,
This
I
is William.
guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
I don't like him.
That didn't happen. He's here.
That's Mateo, I don't like him either.
Thank you, Mateo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we?
That's me.
You won't believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't
Okay, so William needs to die.
If you expect us to
Hit him in the face, hit him. It doesn't let me hit him, he's just like the miners, he's impervious to my damage.
But
The old-
gentlemen, can we please focus?
But I'm trying to... No, William can't focus when I shoot him in the eyes.
Tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. Now, if we add this new one to the two...
No, I can't hit him either.
The artifact. If you
So I did what I do best. I started grabbing all the valuable stuff, and this place is full of valuable stuff. This is a high-end lodge. This is for rich people. So I made them a little less rich. And I waited a little bit, just because I could. Steely, steely, steely. Shoot William a little bit more. Steely, 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 steely. Once I'd stolen everything on the ground floor, there was nothing more to steal. But I spotted a potential glitch. Hopping on the right furniture, I found I could jump up to the next floor. Now there's the door I couldn't get through from the other side, and it's still locked. But now I have a whole new world open to me, and I'm in someone's bedroom, and there's more valuable stuff. So I started taking it. Just the valuable stuff. I don't take anything worth less than 50 these days, because otherwise I just get too much stuff. Emptied out the room, looked around a bit, and found that there are a whole lot more rooms up here. And a bar. Well, what is a terrorist kleptomaniac to do in a situation like this? I know. I'll take all their stuff. Then I found the wine rack, but it was dark. But I found my scanner helps illuminate the wine bottles. So I am well stocked with wine for my next trip to space. Then I found a room, and I did what I normally do when I enter a room. I take all the valuable looking stuff. But there was something a little different about this room. You see, in every other room, I tried to sleep in the bed, and it told me that the bed was occupied or something. This one didn't have that. I could sleep in this bed. And then I noticed the watch box for the watch that Barrett gave me on my arm. and I realized this is probably my room, or going to be my room. And what's the point of stealing stuff from your own room? So I stopped stealing the stuff, except for the books, obviously, because, you know, I want them for my book collection, and one or two other items, because the kleptomaniac in me just kind of compels me to do so. But for the most part, I left this room untouched. And instead of stealing all the stuff in here, I went to go and finish looting the rest of the rooms. Upon finishing all the looting, I thought I would return to my new colleagues, shall I call them? They really wanted to see this artifact.
We need to analyze what you found.
So they started asking nicely.
But we need to see the artifact.
Mateo, your hat is ridiculous.
If you could put the artifact on the table.
Okay, enough. I'll do the artifact thing.
That's it. Just like the others.
Shut up, William.
To imagine, we thought there were only 2 of them at first.
Your brain can only count to 2,
Oh
Mateo.
my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together.
Then we got another little light and sound show, but this one wasn't very impressive. Nonetheless, I thought maybe I could jump into it.
Easy go.
So I tried that a few times.
You'll have a heart attack.
That didn't work, so I tried shooting it.
The only one
That didn't work, so I tried jumping into it again.
Means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the sun.
I love the way most of them aren't even watching it anymore. Like, old news, that happened 20 seconds ago. Look at that blank stare of Mateo.
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
Well, Sarah, this is all a little much. I need some time to clear my head.
But you need a place to stay in the city, right?
Rent
Why don't you
free?
settle in here. We owe you that much.
Yes.
Come find me when you're ready.
Cool, free room.
I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact
Oh,
to us. In addition
money.
to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability?
And a boost
We'll
bag.
need it out in the field anyway.
Free
Just
room.
Mind your head.
Money. Boost bag. That's 8,000 credits. And remember, up until this point, I only had 8,500 credits.
Are you doing okay? I'm not sure.
Look
anyone
at this
really
guy.
noticed yet. Don't
Just
want you to
look
think
at him.
you're focused on the artifacts and
He's
nothing
like a
else.
total pussy.
You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here.
There is something seriously wrong with you.
Theological scholar
I mean,
by trade,
your name is
now,
Mateo.
well,
That in itself is enough.
like you.
Who goes around being called
It's really good to
Mateo?
have you with us.
If you're watching us out there and your name is Mateo, change
Sticking
your
around then?
name.
Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour.
Here comes the very abbreviated tour by Noelle. Let's see the very abbreviated tour. So I followed Noelle.
Walter, you don't have to answer this, but I was wondering something.
That was the very abbreviated tour.
All the
I
time.
don't know if that's a game glitch, but that's what happened.
I am away from home quite a bit.
Thanks, Noelle.
Apparently, I've become rather cranky to participate in
Alright,
Constellation
well, maybe I'll just show myself around? Seeing as the other doors now unlock for me! And that's how I found my way downstairs. I did find this mission computer which shows you other missions you can do to earn money, but I wasn't impressed, or at least not blown away by the amount that they offered, so I thought I'll ignore that, maybe come back to it later. I decided to look around some more for good stuff to take. That's when I saw the spacesuit, and then something clicked in the back of my head, because I've seen this on a video or read it in a blog or something, that you can take this very valuable spacesuit out of this locked case. There's a little hole near the door, a little crack, and if you can get the right angle, you can kind of get the spacesuit out. So I started looking for this thing. I don't know where I read it or saw it, so I didn't have a guide to go back to, so I just looked around by myself. And looked around by myself. I can see there's a little crack in that door, but I can't seem to get the spacesuit. And I tried the other side, and pretty quickly... See that? It just says mannequin. Now I'm targeting the mannequin, and those are the spacesuit components. Not just the spacesuit, but the helmet and the boost pack as well. Kapow! 1 times 35,000 credit spacesuit in my possession. And as you can see, the mannequin is now naked. I have the spacesuit, and it's a good spacesuit. Look at those stats compared to my old Acrobat's Deep Mining spacesuit, which in itself was already epic level. That is a very good spacesuit. It's worth more than 10 times what my previous one was. As a bonus, this is my new boost pack. And the Constellation pack that was just given to me by Sarah, it's worth like a quarter of what this pack is. So I really scored. The spacesuit, the credits, and I leveled up. So I decided to spend that on weightlifting, which I think is a very necessary skill for me, seeing as I pilfer so much loot. I mean, seeing as I find so much unattended stuff lying around, which is totally alright for me to take. Anyway, to qualify for the next rank of that weightlifting, you have to sprint for 1,000 meters at a relatively high capacity. So I dumped off most of my stuff on old Vasco, because I was at about 250% capacity. And then I started going for a run. I thought if I get the whole 1,000 meters out of the way now, then I don't have to do it later, and when the time comes to upgrade, it's ready. There you can see I've done 455 meters already. Back to it. Keep running in circles. No, not you, Vasco. Me. I also played with the boost pack a little. It's not great, not at this level, but I think it'll get there. Okay, waiting for the oxygen to build up. Then you run, and you wait for the oxygen to build up, and you run. And here I'm almost poisoning myself to death with CO2, so I have to stop for a while. You can see I'm now 3/4 of the way done. So not a very hard challenge, but it is only the first level. The oxygen is running out, the oxygen is running out, the CO2 is building up. Will I make it? Will I make my 1,000 meters before I die? Yes! I am now weightlifting part 1 qualified. Ready for the next level. And with that, I return to the lodge.
You should return to your quarters to rest. You appear
For once, I got good advice. And for once, I decided to follow the advice. So off I went to my quarters because I appear tired. And I took a little nap. Cha-ching! Done. Rested. Now look at that. The stuff I took out of my room earlier is back. So that's cool. So I went to look around at some of the other rooms I'd looted earlier. And hey, what do you know? All the stuff I stole earlier and sold already is back. So basically I stole nothing. We have the perfect victimless crime. Even all the cool nautical stuff like that sextant, they're all back. Cool. Hi Sarah, let's talk.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work.
Okay.
But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us.
Your funeral.
I'm going to be sticking with you for this.
Oh.
We're traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Oh, you poor, poor woman. Are you sure about this? Well, actually, I'm going to do some stuff on my own first.
Too long or my contact's information might go bad.
No, that's not true. This is the prime story quest. Your contact's information will live forever. So I teleported back to my ship, fast traveled. Look at my freaky glowing eyes. And found my huge mess of other unsold loot. And at this stage of the game, I thought, well, we need to get ready to do some actual missions. So I need to clean up the loot. And so I spent a very, very, very long time cleaning up all my loot bit by bit. I would grab it and then take it to the nice lady in town and sell it all. And I made a lot of money from my 8,500 credits, which I started this episode with, I built it up to 25,000 credits. Okay, that also includes the 8,000 I was paid. In the next episode, maybe I'll start spending those credits. Maybe not. We'll see. OG out.